Flosstube, and welcome back to Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. My name is Denise, and this is episode, I think it's episode 68. I have been away for a little while. My last video was a little over a month ago, so I'm going to, right at the outset, ask you to bear with me. I am doing something I just don't really do. I don't really have notes. I was planning to record a video, I think it was September 2nd. Things happened, so that video never got recorded. And then I was going to record yesterday, but I didn't feel well. So here I am. I'm back. But I don't have my normal set of notes, so I'm probably going to sound like I'm all over the place. But I'm really, really happy to be back. I missed all of you, and I hope that everyone is doing well. Let's see. Today is Friday. Wow, today's Friday, September something, okay? So hello September, this is my first video for September. It's still September, so I'm kind of glad about that. I am feeling like I look as if I'm looking all over the place. I'm not sure what that's about, but I don't know, I'm trying to look in the camera. If you notice, I'm in a different location. I'm in my dining area with the bookshelves behind me that I put together myself. And as you can see, they're still kind of bare because I still have not really taken the time to pull the rest of the stuff out of bins and put them on the shelf. So the weather is absolutely beautiful here today. When I last checked, it was in the 60s, which I love. I have my windows open. In fact, there's a window open right next to me, and I hope that you don't get too much of the outside noise. But I love that the weather is starting to turn over because, oh my goodness, tired of that heat. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch. Sometimes I sew, sometimes I crochet, but when I do like to share those things. But this is a channel about cross stitch. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back to hang out with me. Love you guys. Let's see. The last time I talked to you guys, it was, my birthday was coming up. So I just want to say it was a wonderful birthday. I had a great time, and I'm quite thankful that another birthday has come and gone. We had, I told you we were going to go to the movies, and we did, and we saw the movie The Invitation, and I highly recommend it. I am definitely a vampire girl, and it did not disappoint at all. I definitely recommend that you go and give that a look. I'm actually, I told you I don't have notes, but I'm looking at old notes that I wrote like, a month ago. So, let's see what else. Oh yes, we talked about, I was wearing a shirt that I thrifted, and it had a bird on it, and I totally had a senior moment because for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what the bird was. And so, yes, thank you everyone who helped me out and let me know that it was a cardinal. And in fact, the cardinal is the state bird of North Carolina, which was absolutely hilarious to me as I thought about it and read your comments after I did the video. I was like, oh my gosh, what a senior moment. Let us see what else we have. I don't want to leave anything out, although I'm sure I'm going to leave a lot of stuff out because I think a month is kind of a long time in between videos, but I will do the best that I can here. We are going to go ahead. I am going to try to show you. I did have a start. Okay, so let me see if I can dig that out. I'm trying to keep paper from flying because the window is open. Okay, let me see if I can dig that out. I'll show you the basket very quickly. There's nothing in this basket but whips this week, guys. Nothing but whips. So let me see if I can find in here. Here it is. That wasn't so hard. As I said, I did have a new start, and it is C by Rovaris. And of course, I think I got quite a bit done since, yeah, I've been working on the E in the word C. The E is just about done. Love the little starfish there. Love my beautiful needle minder from my friend. Thank you, Barbara. And let's see, I am stitching this on 32 count antique lace Lugana, and I'm using all the called for DMCs on this. And so I am loving the progress. I'm going to continue stitching on this. Okay, it's getting a little blown out. Let's see what I can do with that. It helps if you can see. No, that was the wrong button. Okay, this should do it. Okay. So, let me hold that up again. Maybe because you can see the fabric a little bit better. So I'm going to continue to stitch on this because this is going to be a gift. And so I would like to get it done as soon as I possibly can. And the blowout continues because I have the window open and my ring light. So there it is. That's C by Rovaris. And that was my only start since I talked to you last, which is either a good or a bad thing. I don't know. We'll decide that some other time. I think for me, it's a good thing that that's my only start. Okay, so now I am simply going to go through my whips as they are in my basket. The first one I want to show you is called Christmas Time. It is a mystery stitch along by Fat Quarter Shop. And the reason that I'm not calling this a new start, here's what it's gonna look like. I'm not calling this a new start because I did start this quite some time ago, and I did get part one completely done. So I didn't recently start it, although technically I guess I could call it a new start. So it's a 5-part mystery stitch along, and let me see if I can figure out any details. Each Tuesday from September 13th to October 11th, there will be a new part of the chart released. And so here's what it looks like. This is part one. This is my start. I absolutely love it. I love it. And consequently, guys, the reason that I am recording in my dining area today is because I started putting together my printer stand, which I think is the last piece of furniture I need to put together for my craft room. And so I started putting it together. It's got a lot of pieces. I got tired. It was late. And I left it, so it's literally now all over the craft room floor. There's nowhere for me to be in there. So hopefully after I finish recording this video, I'm gonna get myself in there, finish putting that together. Once I get that put together, I think I'll be able to do a really short craft room tour. Goodness knows it's not fancy, but it works for me. And so I will be planning to do that for you guys. Okay, so back to Christmas time. So I am stitching this on Natural 14 Count Aida by Wichelt. All right, and I am using Classic Colorworks, the called for Classic Colorworks, although there is definitely a DMC conversion included in the chart. So that is Christmas time. I'm excited about it. I am trying to see. Okay, so release 2 is out. Release 2 came out on the 20th, on this past Tuesday. So I am gonna go ahead and start stitching on part 2 of this chart. And here are the threads. Let me just show you the threads because they look so pretty together. Here they are. All Classic Colorworks. Beautiful, right? Nice Christmas colors. Okay. So, the next thing in the basket is, can you guys tell I'm a little rusty? It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to get out of rhythm, out of Flosstube rhythm. So the next whip that I'm working on is called Favorite Color by Park Hopper Bart. And if you remember, we had a discussion about using your using the DMC color that matches your address. And so I was not able to find a DMC color that matches my address or my apartment number. So I went with Anchor. Anchor number 302. And here is where I am. I absolutely love the way this color looks on the black Aida. I believe this is 16 count Aida. 18 count black Aida using 2 strands of floss. And so this is another one that I am going to continue to stitch on because I'm anxious to have this hanging on my door. And I think I want to like get, you know, a cute wreath or something to put it on. So I'll be sure to share that with you when we get to that point. All right, next up in my whips is Rosina Desiree, which is a reproduction sampler that was reproduced by Works by ABC. And here's what it looks like. Well, what it will look like when I'm done. And so here is, I believe I have a picture of where it was the last time I spoke to you, so I'll insert that here. And here is where I am now. I feel as if I got quite a bit done. I'm still mostly working on the lettering because, look at that. I think I got a lot done. I'm about to shut the ring light off, guys, because of the blowout. But is this gorgeous or what? So I started in the middle. So in the way I stitch, if I start in the middle, I try to go all the way. I try to go from there up to the top, and so that's what I'm doing. And I love my progress. I did not know that there was a color change here, but I love it. I love that there's a color change there. And I am still thoroughly enjoying stitching on this, and will continue to stitch on it until it's done, because it has great sentimental value to me. Mr. Ribbon loved it, and I want to display it in my home. As you can see, I don't have many things displayed, but that is what my goal is. Now I am stitching this on oh boy, Earthen Lugana 32 count. Let me show it to you again. 32 count Earthen Lugana. And that's my progress. Okay. So I will, as I said, continue to stitch on that one as well. Next up is Vintage Housewife by Backwater Shop. This is what it will look like when it's done. This is a year-long stitch along with Backwater Shop. Pardon me for the glare. And I will insert a picture here of where it was the last time I showed it to you. And this is where it is now. Got quite a bit done. I still am not done with the March block. It seems that every time I pick this up, my goal is to finish that March block. But somehow, it's still not happening. I do also work on the border so that I'm not completely lost in the sauce at the end. But yeah, I need to finish that block. I'm getting a little tired of stitching on it and not being done by now. So let me see if I can show it just a little closer. If you can see, I still didn't finish this pot here, but I did start working on these jars. And if you remember, I changed most of the colors in this chart to more suit my own preference. And so I really like it. I just need to, get a move on. And so again, it's a year-long stitch along. I'm gonna be stitching on it for the rest of the year. I will just continue to go, just keep on going. So that was Vintage Housewife by the Backwater Shop. Next up in my arsenal is To a Friend's House by Mary Engelbright. And here's what it's gonna look like when it's done, sort of. I'm stitching this along with Colette, the highway stitcher, although Colette has finished hers and we are planning to exchange our stitching, and I'm still not done. It's not that I'm not working on it, I'm just still not done. So, but I'm getting there. As you can see, there's just such a little bit left of this to stitch. I have to finish this bottom border. This, where the polka dots are, I've mostly not stitched the white, so I have to go back and do that. There's a little tiny bit of back stitch. And then I'll be done, and then I can fully finish it and cheerfully send it off in the mail to my friend Colette. It's coming, Colette. So that's To a Friend's House by Mary Engelbright. Which, let's see, I think I'm stitching that on 18 count white Ada with the call for DMC. All right, next up is African American Father Christmas. And I'm hesitating because I might have needed to call this a start. But this is what it's going to look like when it's done. A couple of you are stitching this with me, and I would love to see your progress. I just want to see your progress. And so here is as far as I've gotten. Not very far at all, because I started, then I had to frog it, and I literally frogged everything that I stitched, and I started all over again. And so this is starting in the middle. This is part of Santa's belt, and then the blue is his coat, and that, my friends, is as far as I've gotten. I'm not sure why it was so challenging at first, but I do think that I made a mistake in counting on the very first row of stitches, which of course just threw everything else off. When I picked it back up, nothing made sense. So I had to just pick it all out and start all over again. I'm stitching this on 32 count Platinum Lugana by Zweigart. I really like this fabric. I like the way it feels, and it's pretty easy to stitch on. So I like that. And I am using all of the call for DMCs. And this was a chart that was gifted to me by my good friend, Pat. And she supplied all of the floss and everything. So Pat is also stitching this, and as I said, a couple of other people are stitching this as well. I bought some petite treasure braid to use for the gold in this chart, because I just really didn't want to use Kreinik, and I'm not even sure if it's Kreinik that this calls for. I mean, this is an Almond chart from 1993, so it's really, really old. But here's the petite treasure braid, and I have tried stitching with it, and so far I don't mind it at all. So this was a good choice. I'm happy with that choice that I made for that. And then I want to show you, Pat sent me a whole packet of goodies And I did post that on Instagram. Guys, go over on Instagram and follow me there. I post almost every day something about what is going on, what I'm doing, what I'm into. And so you will be able to see the goodies that Pat sent to me over there on Instagram. But let me show you one of the things that she sent. She made the most adorable floss straps. Guys, come on, these are adorable. I love them so much. I love them so much. And so I kind of think now would be a good time to go ahead and tell you guys how obsessed I am with making floss straps. I am obsessed. I of course need to keep stitching so that I have a reason to use the floss straps. But oh my God, I love making floss straps. People, there are people that are to blame. Pat is one of those people. I'm calling you all out, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be in this. I would never have fallen down this rabbit hole, okay? So Pat, you are definitely a culprit. I fell in love with your handmade floss tags, and I had to have more. Another person that I want to call out, I'm going to show you first. Just the 2 flosses that I've used so far on the floss tags. Oh my gosh. How adorable is this? Love it. Okay. So I also need to call out my stepdaughter, Tamika, because Tamika makes cards, and therefore she deals in the world of paper a lot. And I've told her that I've long since given up the world of paper, but unfortunately, because I just needed to make some floss straps, she's kind of dragged me back into the world of paper. And so then I'm still calling people out. I want you to know it's several of you that led me to this point. The next person I'm calling out is Brenda, the handwork maniac. Brenda, you showed this a while ago. My mouth fell open. I've never stopped thinking about it. And then I seized the opportunity when I realized that I was obsessed. What Brenda did was Brenda took a deck of playing cards and made floss drops. I thought, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. So I had to do the same thing, except I couldn't just use regular playing cards. This is me you're talking to. I found some board game playing cards, guys. And the first set that I made was Clue. Okay. And you've got all of the little components of the game here. And oh my gosh, what a great set of floss tags. I love it so much. I'm obsessed. I have more cards. Can I just say I have more cards? I'm obsessed. Okay. So Brenda, thank you for that. Maybe. Also, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going, because you need to know that I didn't think all of this up by myself, but it was too good to just leave it there. I had to act on it. So then Amy Gable Stitcher. Amy, yes, I'm talking to you. Amy did a video and she's like, I'm obsessed. I can't stop making floss drops. Except what was Amy using? I can't. These, my darlings, are from a Coca-Cola box. I turned them into floss drops. Those are, I can't. I told Amy, I commented on her video that I'm never throwing away another box. How can I? How can I? And guys, I used my Cricut maker to make all of these drops. Except for the playing card ones, I actually use hole punches. So this is a part of a box of pulled pork. I was trying to think of the name of the, I can't think of it, but right, beautiful, right? Now, I'm not going to show you these because these were a fail. These yellow ones were a fail. I'm going to go back and show you these, which are from Ritz crackers. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I know. Ritz crackers. And then, okay, so I showed you the Coca-Cola ones. And these are ones that I went ahead and I purchased some scrapbook paper from a Cherry on Top. I'll put a link to them in below because their customer service. I used to make cards years ago. And I was always very impressed with a Cherry on Top. They are still going strong and they're still impressing me. So, here's these little winter ones with stockings and mittens. Oh my goodness, I just can't even take it. And so what I did was I simply backed these with some pink paper. Okay. The others that I cut out of boxes, I don't feel the need to back them with anything. And of course, I could still just write the number of the floss on the back. I have another set to show you, but I'm not going to show you that until I get to the project that I have them in. Okay. What is my next whip? I mean, was that awesome, guys? I love it. Okay. So my next whip is Hippo by KEB Studio Creations. This is a chart that I won in a giveaway, and I am stitching this for a friend. So here it is. I'm stitching it on, I believe it's 18 count black Aida. And I started in the middle. And not too shabby. There go his eyes. There are his eyes. And can you see? I guess you can. Yes, you can see the two different colors of floss. And so this is just like, big blocky color, big blocks of color, which is easy and good. And so this is just coming along. And again, I'm just going to keep stitching on it because it's a gift for a friend. So here's that one. KEB Studio Creations. And I think there's only like 2 or 3 colors of floss in there. Which, makes it all easy. All right. And then this is not last. Okay. I also have been working on my Mirabilia, which is Charlotte by Nora Corbett. Beautiful. I love this so much. And you may remember that I'm doing a color conversion of her skin and her hair. And I only stitch this on Mondays because this is my version of Mirror Monday. Unfortunately, I keep having doctor's appointments on Mondays, and so I didn't get that much progress, but I did get some. And so here she is. Here she is. Again, I started in the middle and I'm working my way up to the top. I have reached the top. I have officially reached the top. This is the top of her head. And so now I am able to work down and fill in as I go. And I am thoroughly enjoying stitching this. I think it's a good idea that I have it scheduled for 1 day a week because this is my first memorabilia, guys, and I can totally see myself attempting to stitch a memorabilia from start to end because it's just such a pleasure to stitch. And so I am stitching this on 32 count Cecil by Seraphim Hand Dyed Fabrics, 32 count Lugana. And there goes my light again because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Love it. Love it. Using all of the called for DMCs. Love it. And so, of course, I'll be picking it back up come Monday, which is exciting. It's very exciting. I get up on Monday, I'm like, oh, I could stitch on Charlotte today. So that was my memorabilia, Charlotte. And now, last but not least, is my focus piece. And what I mean by that is all of the whips that I just showed you guys, I work on I put one strand of floss in each project in a day. Then the following day, I work on my focus piece. And I work on my focus piece for a set number of days. So this one is the Prairie Schooler Christmas Eve. And I'm gonna be working on this for a total of 7 days. Let me see if I can figure out how many days I already worked on it. I think I have worked on it for 3 days so far. So I have quite a bit more to do. And I'm gonna insert a picture here of where it was the last time I showed it to you, when I picked it up. And so here it is now. And of course, I left it in the hoop because I'm still working on it. And here it is. And I absolutely love it. I'm in love with this. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. My papers are blowing in the wind. Do you love it? I love it. Look at the bear. Oh my gosh, I love it so much, guys. And let's see, what am I stitching this on? Uh-oh. Graceful Gray. Okay. And so I think it's 16 count Graceful Gray Ada. I'm using all of the called for DMCs. And now I want to show you my floss drops that I made myself using my Cricut. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. I think Angel's obsessed with the sound of this bell. He's doing really well, by the way, guys. He's doing very, very well. But he's basking in the sun right now because the windows are open, the sun is shining, living his best life, you know, during the day. We could talk about the nighttime stuff some other time. But anyway, he may come running over here because he's obsessed with the sound of the bell. But here are the floss drops that I made to go along with this project, which is why I just stopped. I stopped, you know, midair, and I'm like, I need some floss drops. I need floss drops, and they need to match this project. They need to be Christmassy. And so that's what got me to actually get going on it. Look at the cute gingerbread man that I used for some floss bling with a bell and a ribbon. I think this is absolutely adorable. I love it. And I am very proud to have done that. And again, I just backed it with some green paper and wrote the number on it. So, yeah, so that is my floss drop collection for this project. All right, now I was able to contact the winners from last video. I was able to contact the winners and get their projects out to them, and except for one person. So give me just a moment to pack this project back up, and we'll talk about that for a second. Because I also have to unbury the thing that I'm about to talk about, which is here buried on the table. Okay. All right, so trying to figure out the best way to get to it without absolutely overturning everything. All right, here it is. So, as I said, I was able to contact everyone who won giveaways on the last video, except for one person. So that means that, and I did leave a comment on her comment, which you guys know is not something that I normally do. But so that means that we still have, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay. Okay. So, the winner of the support group Cross Stitch Chart and Needle Minder has not responded. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it a giveaway for this week. If you are interested in the support group chart and needle minder, please use the word support somewhere in your comment. Of course, I need to write that down and I don't have a pen, but I'm sure somebody will remind me. So just use the word support somewhere in your comment, and I will draw winner using the YouTube random comment picker before my next video. So I think this is a good time to say that I feel that I think that I am dealing with a health issue. The reason I say think is because I am not getting as quick a response from my doctor as I would like. Because of that, my mood is not always good. And you guys who have been with me for a while know that I have tried to be as transparent as possible and let you know, sometimes I have more bad days than good. I mean, it's a struggle. I struggle all the time. And so I'm dealing with that. And so I'm telling you that now to say that going forward, my Flosstube videos may be sporadic. I was, I think, doing a good job of uploading a video every 2 weeks. At this point, I can't promise that it will be every 2 weeks, but I also will just hint at something else. It's not only that, but it's that I kind of have my sights on something that I am interested in doing. It feeds another passion of mine. And so, although I have not yet pulled the trigger and started down that road, I am at this point pretty sure that it is what I'm going to do. So of course I will need to give some time to that as well. And guys, rest assured that as soon as I am sure about anything that I'm talking about right now, I will fill you in. I won't just leave you hanging in the dust. I will let you know exactly what's going on. Now, I plan to continue, of course, stitching. I mean, there's no way for me to not continue stitching because I am so invested in it. But I just don't know that I will have the time to, or the brain power, the mental capacity to produce a video every 2 weeks. It may happen. At this moment, I'm just letting you know, it may be sporadic, just like it's been over a month since my last video. So that's pretty much what's coming up. I did let you guys know as I went along with my whips, you know, that I'm pretty much going to be stitching on all of these things continuously until something's done. As I said, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I try to post something of interest every single day on there. And I really hope that I'm not leaving anything out. If I am, I'm going to try to post it on Instagram. So rest assured, I love you guys. I thank you all for being there. I really do appreciate you. And I'm going to leave you with words of inspiration again this week. And again, guys, these are the things that I tell myself to keep myself going. And that's why I'm sharing them with you. You must tell yourself, no matter how hard it is or how hard it gets, I'm going to make it. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time.